Hello everyone. Of those of you who have been here before, thank you very much for returning. And new subscribers, of which there are a few, thank you very much and welcome. I hope you find something here to inspire you. I'm more than happy to answer questions if you want to leave a message below, but let's just get on with it. I know a lot of you don't like the thought of cutting up books, but I have read this book on several occasions and there are some beautiful images in it, which I have decided to use in other ways so that the book will still be used but in a different format. And what I've got here is a pile of postcards which are not personally to my taste. Some of them are, but I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to make better postcards out of them for my journals. So this one in particular was just an old postcard, but I loved the design of this country church. And so I literally stuck it to the back. Now, there's nothing difficult about that. All of us can do it. It's just that sometimes we don't have the source material. So I just wanted to show you what I do so that if you do get hold of a book and some old postcards, you could actually try it for yourself. Okay, so I'm going to choose this image. I just pick up a random postcard, doesn't matter which one, because obviously you're covering this. And obviously you look at the image and you see the composition of the thing that you want to keep, which is obviously the lynch gate and the church in the background. There's a nice little gate up there too, so I'm going to try to do this. So lay my postcard over the top, try to keep it as straight as possible obviously, and literally go round with my pencil. Oh, that's not difficult. Anyone can do that. Then just double check that you've got everything into the composition that you want. Now, you can use a craft knife to cut this. You can use your guillotine or whatever you have, but I sometimes like the therapy of hand cutting. And I do find it quite therapeutic. Very often I'll just sit down in the evenings if I'm watching TV or listening to a podcast or something, and I will just cut out. Okay, put that to one side, away. So theoretically, this should fit on there. Now, I always put my image the same way up as the image on the back, on the front rather. So I think that looks rather nice. And it's neutral, it will work in any journal, especially architectural journals. And then with your glue, this is obviously a white liquid glue. You can use a Pritt stick or Yoo-hoo or whatever you have. You can even use tape. But I find this works well. I do find that if I use Yoo-hoo or, you know, a stick glue like this, you do have to cover every single inch of the surface. Otherwise you do get air bubbles. But for some reason, the white glue seems to work very well. So covered all over, especially the edges. Take your image very carefully, put down. Okay, because of the thickness of your pencil line, you may get a little bit of overhang, which I've got a tiny little bit there. I'm just going to pinch from my drawer just to to even out the whole surface so that if there are any air bubbles, they go to the side. Actually, that's not bad at all. Tiny little bit on that corner. Maybe a weeny bit up there. And then what I will do is lean across and get my... This really is a beginner's, as you can see. Those of you who've been journaling a long time, this is just nothing new. But for those of you starting journaling, and I have been speaking to a lot of people recently who want basic kits and tutorials on things like this. So that's why I decided to do it. Now you can embellish this further if you wish. You know, you could put some script on it, which made it nice, some choral sheet music on the bottom. You could even make a little pocket for tucking things in. But you do have a good journaling card there, made from a postcard, so that you can add your own. Actually, there is a little bit there, so that you can add your own writings to your journal. Yeah, what do you think of that? Shall we do one more? Okay, let's have a look. That one's quite nice. Yeah, a Saxon arch. So I'm going to take... Now this one's a little bit tricky because we've got the writing there and there, but I think we can make that work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down as far as I can. I'll just show you a little trick. I think what I find cutting out, fussy cutting, as some people call it, so therapeutic is just the sound of the scissors. Is that mad? Do you ever think the same? There we go. Now, let me just check that. Okay. The post... Oh no, actually it does fit perfectly and we can't see any writing. Yeah, what do you think? I mean, you could actually, with watercolours, you could actually hand colour that, which would be rather nice as well. That's a thought. I might do that later, just to see what it's like. Okay, just as before. Make sure you get right to the edges, otherwise you're only going to have to go back later. Oh, it's so difficult to see the glue on this black and white image. I very often, if I'm doing a French journal, using French papers, I will obviously use French postcards, of which I do have rather a lot. This postcard is so weird, I don't even know which is the right way up, so we'll go this way. I always align with a corner and then come down. Anything to cut off? A tiny bit. Anything else? Just put it on that corner. Okay, see where I'm going with all this. It's very, very simple, great beginners tutorial. And examples of very, very... So now you have 3 journaling cards from postcards that you wouldn't necessarily use in your journals. What I'm going to do with these, let me just show you. I'm going to be making up some kits. They will go in this box, and there will be lots of source material like your pictures from the book, of which you may have your own, but also there will be a dozen postcards for you to decorate yourself. It's a great beginner's kit. You can even use the box afterwards to store things, or just by cutting down here, here and here, cutting it off rather, you have the beginnings of a journal. They're very, very sturdy. I've used them a lot myself. You can get 2-3 signatures in here. Okay, I hope you like that, and I hope you give it a go. I will be selling the kits over on my Ruby Sixpence shop account over on Instagram. Thanks very much, and do leave a message. Thanks for joining me.